So, guys, imagine a future where there is no pollution, no air pollution, and no noise from traffic, and the no dependency on fossil fuels. Sounds good, right? So over here, what happens is EV vehicles make our futures are very seamless, like reduces the dependency on fossil fuels and provides us a clean and green nature. So, what's your views on this?
Yeah, I agree with your point. Basically, electric vehicles are more useful for future because they reduce pollution and they prefer less cost for maintenance. So I think it's a good for future generations.
Yes, Ashrita, I respect your decision, and I do have some point of views. Like present, we have electrical vehicles, right? But actually, the problem is that we don't get that much mileage while comparing with the present petrol ones. So I also believe that pollution is the main cause, but also there are some vehicles with petrol that they give less pollution using their motors and improving this.
I would like to put a point here that you all are telling that present now the trend is electric vehicles are increasing, usage is increasing day by day. But what about the petrol and diesel vehicles which are being still manufactured and not able to be implemented of EV vehicles?
So basically, here what happens is when we are using these type of like petrol or diesel vehicles, there is a lot of air pollution, and the noise coming from the engine make causes the major pollutions like sound pollution. So it is better to go with EV vehicles, in my point of view. On the other hand, we have also some potential disadvantages also. So, example like if we are using batteries in EV cars, then we have to dispose them. It is difficult to dispose the batteries, and the cost efficiency is also not that much good. So we have both the potentials and the disadvantages of these EV vehicles.
I respect your points, but the government and the private companies also encouraging these EV vehicles. But most of the people are not using these EV vehicles. They are just going with the ordinary one like petrol and diesel vehicles.
I
What
respect your decision, Mohan. Actually, the present problem on the electrical vehicles is that the blasters are increasing their levels. As recently incident in Bangalore, they were charging a 20 or 30 vehicles on batteries, and suddenly blast and fire happened. And many of the staff have been injured and really suffered a lot. So I have my opinion that not electrical vehicles are not good, but also we have less resource and we don't have that much charging points compared to the petrols and others.
I agree with your point, Shishmita, but I think it's not a like better compared to EV vehicles because EV vehicles gives less mileage. I think so. It is a valid point, but we have to take some measures to prevent these accidents
Sorry
from
to interrupt
blasting.
you. I want to add a point. Basically, the EV electric vehicles gives more mileage than compared to the diesel vehicles. If we are filling 1 liter of petrol in our vehicle, basically it gives 18 to 20 miles, but the cost is there 100. We have to fill it whenever the fuel is over in the over in the vehicles. But whenever it comes to EV vehicles, with one charging we can travel up to 600,000 km. But the main thing was the cost was not that efficient to. It was not affordable to people like lower class. It is. We think that if the government support continuously with the technological support, we can increase this cost efficient petrol EV vehicles. Like we can take them to much lower prices if the government continues to support it.
I will accept your point, Pondachandra. I would like to put some one point here that India is mostly EV developing country present now, but most of them are uneducated, which they don't know how to handle and how to use the EV vehicles. Also, they need some awareness. Apart from this, there are some vehicles which are not being used still now, right? So, what are the key points you want to share that uneducated person and how if you got an opportunity to give awareness among the people, what you will give the main key points for them, and how will you increase the usage of the EV vehicles?
So basically, I promote these kind of we keep some we keep some workshops or something like some some points to raise. For example, if we make a poster and we include advantages and disadvantages in that particular poster, and we can show them how the EV vehicles are useful for our nature and our sustainability. But there are also, on other hand, we have also problems, but we have to overcome those problems by government support. So by using these EV vehicles, we can reduce the pollution, so much pollutions like noise pollution, air pollution, and sound pollution in the traffic. So I ask these kind of awareness to those urban people like rural people who are living in villages, who are educated.
I respect your your opinion, Punachandu. Actually, we should also say the advantages as your perception, and we also should say the disadvantages of charging the scooties or vehicles, and we also should set a certain limits to them, and we also say their advantages and disadvantages upon how we have to handle them without charging and with charging, and we have to connect that earths and we have to give awareness more on their disadvantages because they are more harmful that compared to the petrol when coming to the charging points.
You give a valid point, Shushmita. Actually, present now, we are competing with each and every country. India is competing with each and every country. But in future, we have to maintain EV vehicles and the diesel and petrol vehicles are equally, or we have to gain like something one among them. What are the key points that you want to share among us?
If we want to balance them both, then we have to take some restrictions and limitations. For suppose if we have to continue our EV vehicles like electrical vehicles, we have to set certain stations like petrol stations. We have more number of petrol stations compared to the electrical stations, so we have to say and we have to prevent them with the charging points, and we have to say their noise controlation also, because some of the electrical vehicles are there which comes with so high cost of parts. If any part of the electrical vehicle is damaged, then it is very expensive to replace it, and they will take more amount of motor expensive, which cost really equal to the same buying the vehicle. So I am not against to the electrical vehicles, but also saying the disadvantages of that electrical vehicles which causes in present world, and we have to increase that more and more to improve to balance our petrol vehicles to the electrical vehicles.
So, guys, on hearing all your perspectives, I came to that we have both potential advantages and disadvantages on both ends. On one hand, we have potential in the form of we less dependency on fossil fuels, and the noise pollution will be reduced, and all these kinds of advantages are also there for EV vehicles. On the other hand, also we have a lot of problems that are caused by EV vehicles, like there are a lot of cost that can't afford by the lower class people, and it can be affordable by only some people like upper class or urban who are living in urban areas. So these are the disadvantages. But if the government support continuously to EV vehicles by the technological support, we can increase the EV vehicle support, and we can reduce the cost of EV vehicles, and we can make them use everyone by the who are uneducated in living in rural people and lower class people also.
That means you are saying that we have advantages as well as disadvantages in EV vehicles as well as the petrol and diesel vehicles as well, right? So this been rapidly implemented in several places, but not able to be taken over by the EV in urban areas. So let's be some different point of view, like some cities also doing the same with the petrol and diesel vehicles, but even the educated persons also making that mistake and going with that, because in upcoming generation there is the we will see the lack of crude oil and other ingredients which we want for to run a vehicle, right? So let's make sure that to be not happen in the future. Let's be conclude this session by giving good input to the users. Thank you.
Thank you.